Sitting here with Akani Phuzi again. I mean, this has been a very long time. We've been doing this time and time again. But let's just catch up with you. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. And how are you, Hayden? I'm okay. I'm okay, yeah.
I'm good too, man. And I just want to talk to you. This is a big fight. Obviously, you were originally scheduled to fight Chris Thompson, but that fight never happened. Cancelled fight, not a postponement, a cancelled fight. And now you're fighting Johnny Muller in December. I mean, it's a good step for you.
Yes, it is. I've been wanting this fight my whole life. It is a good fight. I'm not saying Johnny Muller is a stepping stone or something, but it's someone that I want to test myself with. So, I don't know. In my mind, I'm prepared to win, but then I have to prepare that, okay, it's going to be a hard fight as well. Since I've been wanting it, I want to test something. We want to test something, me and my coach. So it's a hard fight. Not very hard, but hard fight.
So it goes up there. It goes up there. How would the fight against Chris Thompson gone? Because I assume that you would have liked to have had that fight and then maybe fought again in December. Maybe if the tournament had continued. How do you think the fight against Chris would have gone?
I would have knocked him out.
Just like that?
I would have knocked him out. You know, to be honest, it's we can see he's posting, he's training, he's hungry. People think he's hungry, he's training and all that, and he's talking. But then, I mean, I'm training as well. And I wasn't just sitting down. I fought guys with experience. I've learned a lot. I fought with injuries. One thing, I fought with injuries. When I fought Sheepo, I was injured. My first fight, I was injured. When I fought Vikapito, I was injured. I got injured in the ring in round 2. It happens. It's boxing. I'm not saying his injury is fake or what, but then, I mean, if maybe it wasn't like a very serious injury, maybe it was a serious injury. It just needed like 2 days or 3 days to heal and then go back to the gym. Because there were 2 weeks out of the fight, I think. It was 2 weeks, I think. Yeah. I was a bit disappointed, but then I don't take anything away from him. He's a boxer. I'm a boxer. I know how injuries feel.
Well, you going straight from one training camp straight into another one, literally, because that would have been the time frame that you had. How's the body holding up?
A bit tough. You know, I give myself like a bit 10 days of rest without training, without doing anything. All I was doing was, I think I ran like 3 times, I think. Yeah, I ran 3 times because I was having pizzas and burgers and everything.
Nice.
But then we had that fighting Johnny, back to the training camp, and then back to working hard.
I wanted to ask you as well. I mean, you were Muhammad Ali in an advert on Supersport real recently. How was that whole experience? I mean, that should have shut you up a little bit.
Jeez, that was something else. You know, all the cameras were focused on me. It was a good experience, I won't lie. And thanks to you and the guys who nominated me, it was a great experience. I liked it.
Are you going to bring some of those moves into the ring against Johnny Muller?
Definitely. Definitely. There's a lot of things that I'm going to bring against Johnny Muller. A lot of things that people haven't seen yet, and a lot of things that my coach hasn't seen as well. Well, he knows that I have heart and other stuff, but then there are some things that he doesn't really know that I have, and I'm going to bring it. It's going to come out.
One thing that is really difficult about Johnny is he's tough. He's not someone that's just going to stand there and, you know, he'll take some, but he'll give some, you know. How do you assess him?
Well, we all can't expect to get in a shower and expect not to get wet. You understand? I expect him to learn some punches, but then I'm going to learn some big shots as well. Some big shots. I've been learning some big shots on sparring and all that, but I'm going to learn big shots in the fight as well. And I'm prepared for the whole 10 rounds. I'm going to hit hard from round 1 to round 10 with the same pace, or it might go up. So I think maybe whatever it brings, I'll adjust to it.
Well, eventually you got the steps. So Alan's been taking you along nicely. There was a couple of fights that unfortunately didn't happen for you. You got cancelled along the way. Maybe 3 or 4 times it happened to you in your career. But Johnny, is he the right step for you at this moment?
Not step, but it's the right fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the right fight. I would have fought anyone. I don't mind fighting anyone. But then, I mean, it's local now. Local is leke, as they say. And we don't really have like international boxers coming in and out. And continentally, I don't really see anyone that I would want to fight now, because there's this what's his name, Turotola is there, still to fight Mkunu. Then there's some other guys who are not really into fighting. So yeah, Johnny's fine.
Are you happy sort of entering the top 15 ratings now? I mean, it looks like you're going to be emerging there soon. Remember, the cruiserweight division's not exactly the biggest in terms of numbers that participates. Are you wanting to sort of join those ratings now?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not really into the rating stuff or anything. I'm that guy who, when I have a fight, I have to focus on that fight and then be like, okay, what's next after this fight? So I put all my focus on the fight, and then after that, I'm like, whatever happens, happens. Oh, it's all up to the management, captain of the ship, Mr. Tawil.
Talks of Yuri Kalinga seems to have evaporated. Looks like it didn't happen. Like it was the plan was for it to happen, but it hasn't happened. What is the real story behind that?
I don't really know. But then that's one guy I want as well. That's one guy I want. Well, I won't say I want to fight him if he's managed by Patrick Gunyema. I won't lie. That guy disappointed me many times, where they had to like change opponents in 2 weeks' time because of his disappointments. But if he's managed elsewhere, I don't mind. I want to fight him. It's fine. If he's still a cruiserweight, I'll fight him.
So if he's with Patrick, you're not interested?
Not really interested. He's disappointed me a lot. He'll say he's coming, and he won't come. Then you find that all the camp was for nothing, and then I'll fight someone who trained for 2 weeks. And then it's disappointing.
There was a lot of speculation on media as well as to who you're going to fight. I mean, eventually Johnny did get announced, but some people were saying, Akani Phuzi versus Kevin Darina. But I know your coach will be saying 18 months. I read the newspaper article. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I actually laughed about it when people heard that Kevin is fighting and I'm also fighting at the same day. They were like, questions, are you fighting Kevin? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. No, but I knew I'm not fighting Kevin. Kevin is focused on the other titles now, so he won't really like fight me. I don't have anything. Yeah.
So, I mean, beat Johnny. Now, where do you go from there?
Beat Johnny. What's his name? Beat Lebu, take the money, and then we'll see what happens after.
So the fight against Lebo could still be. Is this still a competition going on?
Yes, it's still a competition. I'm still in Super 4. So after this fight, well, I believe I'm still in Super 4. I am coach, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still happening.
Yeah. Okay. So after this fight, then I'm going for that money against Lebu. I won't talk about his fight now, but then fighting him and then take the money, and then we'll see what happens after.
I mean, there's been other talks as well. I did an interview recently. A couple of other people did an interview recently with Lebo saying that he's eyeing light heavyweight. So, I mean, what's the sort of timeline on this?
If I heard clearly, the finals might be in Feb. That's why it's not going down yet. It might be in Feb, which if I really doubt it'll get to 79. Remember, it's in cruiserweight is 90.7. It's not fat, it's muscular. His last fight was 89 or 90, somewhere there.
Yeah, he's built up.
And then getting back to like 79, that's really going to be hard for him. If he goes there, good luck to him with doing that. But then if he goes there, I think he'll be drained. I won't lie to you, he'll be very drained.
But do you not think that maybe he's going to be a bit small for you in the cruiserweight final? I'm not saying that he doesn't have ability, because he does have ability. He showed that in the semi-final. He showed that he has speed and movement, which may be an advantage. But in terms of actual size compared to some of the other cruiserweights out there, what's your thoughts?
Size doesn't really matter. Size, he's a small cruiserweight, I won't lie. Size doesn't really matter. I know that Chris Thompson is bigger than me. Doesn't really matter.
You seem to really enjoy that result against Chris. That's a highlight reel.
Every result that I come up with. Even though I know that there are mistakes that are made or so, but then each and every result that we win, we have to cherish it while going back to the drawing board and knowing what we did, the mistakes that we did, and what we have to fix.
So I'm assuming now the fact that you're mentioning that the Chris fight, I mean, I did say that it was cancelled, but I mean, would you not even consider it in the future?
Now it's done. I won't lie to you. This was just another chance that we gave Chris. I mean, I beat him twice. Why would I want to fight Johnny now and then Lebu? I understand Lebu lost against Chris, and then Lebu and then back to Chris again. I mean, it's a bit of pointless.
So for you now, obviously, I mean, go past Lebu, right? That's in your mind. Then what?
I don't know. Dorodola? No. Wait, what's his name? Kalenga, not Dorodola. Dorodola's fighting Tabiso. Kalenga and some few other guys. I like fighting guys who are like at the rate, so on a bit of my range. You see, like I think I'm like 40 something on box rack. I won't mind fighting someone who's like 40 something or so.
But to be fair, I mean, we're assuming that, Tabiso's going to get through Duradola, so maybe he's going to provide an outlet for a good rating, Tabiso beats Duradola, you can then come as the next South African, because sometimes guys have an ego and they want to prove a point. Okay, I couldn't beat this South African, but I want to fight the next South African. Would you then entertain it?
Well, that as well, myself, I wouldn't mind fighting him. I mean, I think I've got the tools to beat him. He's strong, but then he's old. I'm young, I'm fast, and I'm dangerous.
Are you not wanting to enter the world sort of title range within the next couple of years, though?
Yes. Like within about a year and a half, I'd like myself to be on the ratings. Well, that's the plan. That's 18 months, right?
18 months.
Yeah.
So that's an actual...
Yeah, that's the plan with the captain, I think. Yeah.
The captain says 100%. Yeah, Alan Tawil in the background as well. Let's go back to Johnny real quickly, because I feel like we've been talking a lot, but not about Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, he's coming back off a layoff. He fought at heavyweight as well recently. He's looking in decent shape from the pictures I saw, as he's going to come in at cruiserweight. Him as a cruiserweight now, do you think that's his best division?
I think his best division was light heavy. Cruiserweight, he's good. He hits hard. But then I think I'm not gonna say he's a bit small. I haven't seen a lot of his fights, but then I think I'm a natural cruiserweight. I've been fighting cruiserweight from years back, but he's coming up from light heavyweight back up, and then went to heavyweight, which was a bit of a wrong move, But then I met him yesterday. First time I sit with him, which was very good. He's hungry, he said. He wants to give me a good fight. He wants to win. He wants to take the WBA title. Well, I'm tired of it as well, but then it's not that I'm just going to give it to him. Yeah.
So what would be your message to Johnny before you guys step in the ring?
I believe he's preparing very hard. But I told him yesterday, I want to be the first boxer to knock Johnny Muller out clean.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
And
I'm not saying if it doesn't happen, I'll be disappointed or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's boxing. Who knows? It can knock me out.
you want that, though.
You understand? But that's what I want. We all gotta have goals. That's what I want. I want to be the first boxer to knock him out clean.
Well, that's a fair comment. I mean, anyone would like to
Yeah,
accomplish
yeah.
that. And then lastly, thank you. A shout out to anybody.
Yeah, I wanna thank all my sponsors. I've got Infeld, that's Tyron. I've got Metron Project and Management. That's Paolo. I've got Lestonic. That's Dale. I've got Alan Tawil Gym. That's Mr. Michael Alan Tawil. And I've got myself. Prime.